AITA for not punishing my 7-year-old daughter for her play relationships? My husband and I have a 7-year-old daughter together, Layla. A few months ago, Layla got a boyfriend, Lucas. They are both 7, so it's obviously not a real relationship. They just hold hands sometimes and they drew each other hearts for Valentine's week. Layla was apparently holding hands with another boy, who also sent Layla a Valentine's Day love letter, and Lucas took offense to it. We found out because Lucas' parents called to tell us Lucas won't be coming over to us this Saturday like it was originally planned, because he is mad at husband wants us to punish Layla and wants me to have a talk with her about faithfulness. At first I thought he was joking, but no, he was serious. He says that Layla cheated on Lucas and I, as her mother, should do something about it. I told my husband that Layla is 7, not a cheater, and I won't treat her as such. He then accused me of raising a cheater and encouraging the bad behavior. AITA for not wanting to punish Layla. Edit, typo.
NTA, this is beyond ridiculous. These kids are 7 years old. There can be no cheating if the people involved are not in a committed relationship. How to suggest that these two little kids are in any way in that type of relationship? They are my lights. To punish your daughter in this situation would be crazy and wrong. I would just talk to her in simple terms about trying not to hurt a friend's feelings.
She's 7. It's ridiculous to call her a cheater. At the same time, you can sit her down and explain why Lucas is upset and doesn't want to see her. That's more than enough of a.
I am weirded out by your husband. Was he cheated on? Is he cheating? Was he never a child? It's such a strange reaction.
Oh Lord, punishing her is extreme. But having a lil chat with her about why Lucas is upset with her seems like a good for not wanting to punish her.
I guess, according to your husband, I'm technically a bigamist since I married a kid in the 3rd grade during recess and then married someone else 12 years later without properly divorcing my first husband. Also means every other relationship I had after that first wedding means I was cheating. What a monster I am. NTA, although you should talk to your daughter about hurting Lucas's, I'm a little amazed at the number of other people who also had elementary school weddings. I thought I was so original. Back for anyone interested, my husband knows the story. I told him several years ago. His main question was whether or not my 3rd grade husband was now the lead singer of a famous band because they share the same name. He isn't, which we're both disappointed about. I've never been able to find 3rd grade husband on social media, so I have no idea what happened to him. I wonder if he ever became a ghostbuster like he dreamed he would, and offered me the position of secretary.
Just tell hubby she is preparing for her polyamorous lifestyle. That begins age 10.
NTA, was your husband expecting this relationship with Lucas to last? Did he expect a proper break-up to happen? It never does with these 7-year-old relationships. They just start talking to someone else. Definitely don't punish Layla for changing her mind about a boy. It'll just put unhealthy expectations on her. She's so young, why make everything so serious?
What is wrong with the comments here? She learns cheating is wrong by losing Lucas as a friend and not by punishment through her parents. You don't punish your kids for stuff like
NTA and faithfulness at 7. Your husband seems to have his head so far up his that all he can see is. Don't push adult onto a child, and all she is doing is enjoying holding hands with a friend or maybe someone she felt comfortable with at that time. Also, how dare Lucas' parents turn this on your family? If a 7-year-old is this possessive, then he's best left alone, as your daughter will only end up getting hurt later on, as he's most definitely someone I wouldn't want around my daughter. She's free to hold hands with whoever she wants to, and faithfulness comes much later in life when they start realizing the meaning of the world. As of now, they're kids, and don't take the innocence of them and entrap them into a life of adult BS. Hope the young lady is keeping well and do look after her.
NTA, no way in I'd put the guilt on a literal 7-year-old, for they are not in a romantic relationship. They are friends. They are children. Children can have multiple friends. I used to hold hands with boy and girl, gave her a Valentine, and that made her happy, so they are now friends holding, raising fragile boys who can't handle an ounce of disappointment from anyone, but especially I know it's stereotypical, but these comments are screaming, boy mom vibes.
Is the other parent going to have a conversation about clearly communicating their expectations around exclusivity? Oh, they're not, because he's 7. NTA.
NTA. Telling Layla that Lucas is upset because she played with someone else, that would be a good thing. Teaching empathy and that people exist when she is not there, and all lecturing and punishing her for cheating. That implies a greater understanding of interpersonal relationships and her own feelings than any 7-year-old can be expected to have. At that age, children are still learning about their own feelings, and what they mean. They don't really understand what boyfriend and girlfriend is yet.
Ask your husband next time he is sick if he wants to go down to her doctor office so Layla can prescribe some medication, or next time he's hungry Layla can make him some food in her play kitchen. They are role-playing. NTA.
NTA, your husband sounds unhinged tbh. That said, I do think that this is a good opportunity to give Layla some guidance, discussing relationships, what they mean, how they can hurt feelings, and so on. That said, you absolutely should not punish her. She is a child at play.
NTA, your husband is sexualizing your daughter's friendship in a highly inappropriate way.
This post in the comments are, by far, the most up thing I've read on includes knife and year-olds are not in boyfriend, girlfriend relationships. Lucas has zero ownership over who Layla holds hands with regardless of his perceptions. Lucas's parents are up for encouraging this. Layla's father is beyond up to even consider Layla might understand what cheating is, or only conversation should be this. Lucas, it's okay if you don't want to be friends with Layla, but she is allowed to have other friends and hold hands with anyone she wants. You and Layla are not boyfriend and girlfriend. Your friends and friends don't control each. After reading this, I feel so much better about my own parenting.
Because, you know, in the Middle Ages where OP's husband still lives, kids are betrothed to one another at birth and have to stay faithful until their dying days. Otherwise Prince Lucas may not marry the adulteress and she will die alone as an old, obviously.
How I handle this ridiculousness in the classroom. You're 7, you're just friends, but we need to think about our friends' feelings and then discuss on a friend level, no other points.
Yeah, NTA. An explanation is appropriate, but not an accusation or punishment. Kinda worried about her.
What is happening with these comments framing this as analogous to an adult relationship? This isn't about faithfulness and cheating. This is about a very common dynamic among children: jealousy and exclusion. Leaving someone out, which engenders jealousy responses. Kid antics emerge in various directions. The BF-GF language isn't the point. Explain to Layla that Lucas is feeling jealous. This isn't because she's done anything wrong. It's a natural feeling people need to learn to contend with, and that often comes from feeling excluded or unvalued. Perhaps consider encouraging her to be inclusive of Lucas, rather than pursing friendship dynamics that are just about two friends at once. It'd be nice if Lucas's parents were having that same conversation with him. Layla should not be getting the message, as a 7-year-old girl, that it's her job to make the men around her comfortable and happy. She should be getting the message that friends care about each other and try to include one another. Definitely don't micromanage little people dynamics.
What a missed opportunity. Lucas's parents could explain about different types of love and most definitely help walk him through the obvious. Relationships are such a great time to learn to walk through our emotions. My stepdaughter is barely a teen and in middle school. She's battling insecurity of her first boyfriend being so popular and is afraid he might get hard for her to understand is not something that can be stolen or worth her time if he doesn't value her. He is a very sweet boy, but him spending time with anyone else gives her 7-op's daughter can learn that Lucas's feelings were hurt by her actions. But punishing her and telling her a cheater is crazy.
Yes, and your husband's reaction to it is definitely strange.
The explanation should include being explicit that Lucas being upset is not her fault or responsibility. Kids that age can begin to understand ideas of jealousy and setting boundaries. I find all of the reactions except Op to be really strange and frankly a little alarming.
I was thinking he suspects his wife of cheating and is accusing her in a very strange roundabout way, putting their kid in the middle.
My first thought was red pill behavior and believing women always cheat, can't be trusted. So many go off the deep end and it's not uncommon for them to project those beliefs onto a child.
I don't think they even need to talk to her about it, beyond saying that Lucas canceled the playdate because he's upset. Parents really shouldn't get involved in playground relationships unless there's serious bullying going on.
Lol, I was going to say the same thing.
I was 6 and my bestie at the time we would swap husbands every few days, so I guess I'm in real trouble now since I have been married 3 times. I guess I should notify my other 2 husbands that I'm married with kids too now in this guy's mind.
I never did break up with my boyfriend. I was 8, I should have known better. I've just realized that I've been a dirty rotten cheat for over 20 years. My mother should have taught me better.
I think that's a disturbing and age-inappropriate lesson. It would more likely teach her that possessiveness is an attribute of friendship.
You're the mother, you have to do it, is also a bit concerning.
Yeah, everyone is saying, talk to Layla about feelings, when really the important advice is, talk to your husband about not being an abusive and unhinged father.
I'm worried for Lucas, too. Cheating, by holding a different child's hand, isn't a concept a 7-year-old would generally understand, independently identify, or skip a playdate over. They're 7.